What is up guys, Nolly here and welcome to another Payday 2 video. This is the update 13 video that I promised you yesterday and it's finally coming out today. So, the gameplay you're going to be watching in the background is all update 13 gameplay I've got earlier today. We're going to start off with an actual failed mission where I show off some of the new stealth and the combat. Because the combat's pretty damn good now, even though we lost, or I lost. I was playing on my own with 2 AI. I really enjoyed the fighting and just the sheer quantity of enemies you're fighting. Also to show off the new feedback on the ECM jammer. Next up we'll have a Ukraine job which actually succeeded. Went into a chase and I'm not sure whether I'll put that in, but showing off the new Ukraine job and all that stuff, you know, getting the occasional white safe which you can't crack with lockpick or C4, and that went well. And then finally we will have some rats clips showing off the amount of experience you're going to be getting for these missions alongside the difficulty and the sheer number of enemies. There may be a slight issue with the rats gameplay just because my mouse is a little broken and you end up seeing 2 mice on screen and one of them was doing the loading thing and I'm not sure why that was. But oh well, let's get on to the actual main content of this video, and that is update number 13. Now, if you want to actually find this information yourself, I advise going on Payday Wikia, update history, Payday 2. That's probably the best way to do it, unless you are on Steam and you just want to see it, because they do put out the update on Steam and give you a link to it within the game, but that's not quite as complete as the Wikia one. So starting with the system changes, there's an experience buff for hard, very hard, Overkill. Obviously these missions have been made more difficult by AI intelligence. Like I say, sheer number of enemies you're going to be facing, and that has led to a raise in experience gain, which is fine by me. Pro job on Overkill also has the same increased payout, and that is going to just make that far more rewarding. The failure XP has been reduced, doesn't really matter, just don't fail, and either way the experience there was nothing anyway, so that's not a big change. Special enemies can now be marked via security cameras, that's okay, not the best change. I mean, it's something that it's a step in the right direction, but it's not entirely radical and game changing. You can now mark special enemies when in bleed out, again, same sort of thing, not entirely necessary, good change though. Bug fixing, and that was a skill that reduced the cost of buying a premium contract. Not working as it should. It's also a really good way to grind out mass if you've got it so you can buy a jewelry store for even cheaper than it is. That is a quick way of doing that, and a cheaper way. So they've also changed a few of the names of the things. Suppression is now threat, visibility is now concealment, and recoil is now stability. It just makes it slightly clearer, because you think about it, some of the things increased recoil. No one was sure whether that made it less or more, but now that should be clarified by stability. Mass changes, pretty insignificant. They fixed an exploit concerning using the mass system to gain money. It wasn't a huge exploit, I don't believe. I think I know what it was. Obviously, that doesn't matter anymore. And also, all the masks are shown in the stash, even the ones you haven't got within your stash. So you can see which ones you still need to collect. That's a nice change. I wish they make it so I could buy more than 9 or 8 masks, I guess it is, at a time, because that's a real pain, because I'm going to have to start selling infamous masks, which I really don't want to do for the Mask of the Day series. Next up we have stealth changes, and like as I say, I've showed that a little bit in this video. They're not huge though. It's more about the concealment. Armor has been changed slightly. Bug fix for the suspicion meter not decaying. They've decreased the SMGs and assault rifles concealability. Pistol concealability, except for the Deagle and the Bronco, has been increased, making pistols a better option. Probably over the silent shotgun, doesn't mean I'm going to change. It's no longer possible to sneak right in front of enemies. They've basically made it so if you are straight in their line of sight, it's not going to work. Detection ring is now there. I'm not sure about that. It doesn't seem to change much when I mess around with it. But that's also affected by the armor concealment values. First 4 armors are more forgiving, the last 3 are more punishing. Overall, I think concealment's slightly easier. I think they made it slightly less punishing than before. Security cameras will now detect you faster. That's kind of bad if you ask me. The security cameras are already quite good. It just means you have to go faster to the rooms to turn them off. Obviously, you could sneak straight past them, which might not have been considered realistic enough. And detection values have been changed. That's sort of an invisible change that we can't really see or comment on. Next up, law enforcement. You'll see the sniper difficulty in Overkill has been increased. They take down your shields in one shot. I'm not sure of the actual chunk they do of your health, but I imagine it's about 3/4 of your health in one shot. They do still fire quite slowly. Tasers can now team up together with shields. Shields are such a pain. I hate shields. They turn and don't let you behind them now. It's very difficult, and the fact that tasers team up with them, it basically makes you a sitting duck for the shields. Because you can't destroy the shields very easily when you're tased, because your accuracy's off, and it's quite a pain. I don't mind it though, it's an advancement, it makes the combat more interesting, more difficult. The law enforcements, I like this one. Law enforcers can now carry the Bronco 44 revolver, go on, make their day. I think law enforcers are the simple sort of security guards, police officers, and yeah, they're carrying a more powerful pistol. That is a reference to Dirty Harry, by the way. Go on, make their day. Fixed a crash regarding sniper on Overkill difficulty. I'm not sure what that was, never seen it. Bulldozers can now throw smoke grenades. That's just glorious, I assure you. And they also use the 12G shotgun, IZHMA. That's going to make them more powerful. Bulldozers are a pain, but they are there to be so. They don't bother me too much. They go down fast enough that it doesn't matter. After update, I think 12 might have affected that. Added hearing loss sound after a flashbang goes off. That can be quite good. Flashbangs are very powerful now. Law enforcers, I think, have a new voice command thing where when they're suppressed. That's another crash fix. I'm not sure about that one. Never seen that. When a player tries to convert a dead law enforcer, I'm not sure why you'd even try and do that. New voice things for police officers and SWATs. I'm not sure what the O stands for. It's probably something very simple. Decreasing damage output from law enforcers carrying the CAR-4 and the AMR-16. That's just a straight up nerf for them. It's going to make your armor significantly more powerful. I've noticed that the heavy armors do work better. Reduces the distance that the tasers can taser you. I think that's another tweak, just lowering it back down to close to where it was before. Added a new sound effect to the taser when his taser malfunctions. That is a skill, I believe, in the technician tree that I haven't really messed around with. The GUI 3 icons will be added for the drill monitor, so players can see which skills have been activated. That's useful, I have to admit, when playing with a group of people. Weapon modification icons have been added. That's okay. And increase the volume of player armor regeneration sound. Not sure about that one. Not entirely necessary, but again, helpful things. It's certainly not making the game worse. This is another funny one. Gangsters have been balanced, so they are less deadly. Yo. I think they die faster. They can take less damage and deal slightly less damage. People are complaining about gangsters. I'm not entirely sure why. I quite like the low armor, high damage thing with them. Armors have received a dodge value. The lighter you are, the higher chance you have of dodging bullets. You'll see I'm wearing the lightest armor in the first part of this video, and it actually goes quite well considering. That is because I dodge a fair number of bullets. Meaning that overall, the difference between the lighter armors and the heavier armors is kind of decreased, because instead of just soaking up damage, you're just not being hit as much. But that's a nice change if you ask me. It means not everyone's just going to go straight for the heaviest armor. Movement rates for the armors, I think, have made the lighter ones even better still. Armor penalty now affects steel sight speed, crouching speed, and in-air movement speed. You generally feel heavier with the heavy armor now. So all the skill descriptions have been rewritten. Sorry about that noise, by the way, if you can hear it. That is my mouse breaking itself. Numeric values are really useful, as I mentioned in the video previous to this, where I talk about the Lucky Charm skill, you can really see how good the ECM jammer is now, and it's gonna really factor into my next ghost build at level 100. They've increased the ECM feedback radius to 25 meters. Feedback is now fantastic. Now you can insta-swap it. It is great. They have improved fast learner. They have improved bulletproof. They have improved cat burglar. All things that needed a bit of a change. Fast learner isn't fantastic, but I may consider taking it up again to level up to level 100 as quickly as possible. A lot of picking expert. Ace now makes you do it even faster. That's good. Sort of necessary. I felt it was too slow. Gunslinger has increased its damage and reload time. Cable Guy increases the interaction speed. Balance. Oh, the Inspire Ace skill works now 75% of the time. That's another buff. Sentry combat upgrade skill by increasing the armor percentage of the sentry. Don't really use sentry guns, not sure about that one. The chameleon skill has been balanced, making ghosts slightly less potent. Balanced tier 4 of the ghost tree and balanced tier 6 of the enforcer tree. I'm not sure what that entails exactly. That may be the tier bonus. We'd have to look into that. Drill. You can now upgrade drills with your skill upgrades, and you can now upgrade other players' drills. And a bug fix concerning the drill as well. Weapons. The weapon system has, as they say, been overhauled with the addition of numeric values to see how your weapons are. You'll see, I believe, the Moscone shotgun has been nerfed, or so it feels. That might just be the whole armor situation. But going through this quickly, increased damage on spread and recoil on the CMP submachine gun. The AMR has decreased damage and recoil. The AK-762 has decreased damage. The Krinkov has a decreased rate of fire. The AK-5 has less recoil. The Cobras 90 has lowered recoil. The Deagle has lowered recoil, increased damage, much needed change. Mark 10 submachine gun, increased damage again, and spread. The Locomotive 12G, my baby, increased the full and fall off damage, basically meaning it's better at close range than it was previously, but worse at long range. Crosskill, decreased the damage, lowered the recoil. Moscone, modifications for Moscone now have higher concealment, which is great because I run both of them. The Ergo Grip, modification of the Crosskill pistol, now has a stability statistic. There we go. Nightclub, now we're just on to sort of fixes for missions. No new missions added, no big changes as there was last time. We've got a bug fix with Nightclub. Got a bug fix with Watch Dogs Day 2. None of these are really things I've walked into. 4 stores, bug, where cameras weren't spotting players properly, not sure on that one. Diamond Store, the AI navigation graphs quite important, they now move properly. Diamond Store has been fixed for the better. Big Oil, modified the cost for buying it on Pro difficulty, and can't shoot through windows left or right of a door. Not sure what that is exactly. Jewelry Store, that's a great thing. I've never noticed that. You could throw jewelry bags on top of streetlights so that the if it's the bug we're throwing, yeah, cause progression to be stopped. That's an interesting one. Fixed a bug with a player and bag collision that wouldn't work properly with the dump truck. That's okay. That's also been fixed on Ukrainian job. That's a good change. Rats Day 2. Something about a money bag spawning in the van instead. And the cost has been modified. I'm not sure whether that makes it cheaper, because it was very expensive. I hope it hasn't gone more expensive. Framing frame, changing Day 2 and Day 3. Bug concerning the bags not being reachable. Now able to pass through the train door. And with the phone where multiple players would answer at the same time. I've not seen any of these bugs really, but they're all positive fixes. Fixes are always good. And so that is the update. I've certainly enjoyed playing it. I hope you guys enjoyed playing it too. It's obviously not adding any new content, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it's certainly tweaking the system for the better. So I'll see you guys later today when I upload Mask of the Day. Probably going to be trying to do a suggestion tonight, seeing as how I'm all out of new masks to do. But anyway, I'll see you guys then. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.